L'alphabet français et les signes diacritiques. The French alphabet and diacritical marks, accent on letters. Lesson objectives. In this lesson, you will learn the letters of the French alphabet, the pronunciations of the letters of the French alphabet, the importance of knowing the pronunciation of each letter, what diacritical marks are and why we use them on French vowels. Let's continue. Pourquoi apprendre l'alphabet français? Why do you think we should learn the letters and their pronunciation of the French alphabet? Say you need to open an account in a bank, enroll in a class, get customer support on the phone. The person asks you to spell your last name. Without knowing the letters or how to pronounce them, you would not be able to do so. Another example. As you are learning to speak French, if someone was to say a word that you did not understand, you could ask, Comment c'est écrit? How is it written? They could then spell it for you, allowing you to learn a new word without having to use English. By knowing the pronunciation of the letters, you will actually sound more like a native speaker of French. So let's begin. L'alphabet français. Il y a 26 lettres dans l'alphabet français. Il y a 26 lettres dans l'alphabet français. Elles sont A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. 7 de ces lettres sont les voyelles. A, E, I, O, U, H, Y. Les autres 19 sont des consonnes. La prononciation des lettres. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Les signes diacritiques. Diacritical accent marks in French are as important as the letters themselves. They sometimes change the sound of a letter or the pronunciation or meaning of a word. Des exemples. Un péché is a sin. Une pêche is a peach. Faire la pêche is fishing. Note that the same letters were used in each example, except that there are diacritical marks or accent marks on certain letters which change both the pronunciation and the meaning of the word. It's therefore necessary to memorize how each word is spelled. L'accent aigu, la cédille, le tréma. L'accent aigu is found only on E. It changes the pronunciation of the letter E from E to A. Des exemples, l'école, le café. La cédille is only found on the letter C. It changes the hard K sound to a soft S sound. Des exemples, ça va, le garçon. Otherwise, they would be ça va and le garçon, but they are ça va and le garçon. Le tréma, only found on the E and I. The tréma indicates that you must pronounce the two vowels separately in the word. Un exemple, Noël. If there was not a trema over the E, it would be pronounced nol. Le circonflexe. Le circonflexe. The circumflex in modern French replaces the letter S from Old French. The S was placed after the vowel that has a little hat on it. It is found on the letters A, E, I, O, U. What do you think then Lille means? Remember, the S was placed after the vowel that has a hat on it. Think carefully. Pause before moving forward. See if you can figure it out. If you were to add the S back in, you'd have Lille. In English, Isle is the literary name for island, as in the Emerald Isle is Ireland. Des autres exemples. Can you figure out their meaning? At l'hôtel Cou. Pause and see if you can figure it out. With the S, it's now Ast, Hostel, Kust. Any idea of what that could be in English? Pause again. In English, haste, a place to spend the night, is a hostel or a hotel today. We have those as well. And cost. L'accent grave. L'accent grave points downward as if towards a grave. It is found only on the letters A and E. It changes the pronunciation of the letter E from E to E. It does not change the sound of the letter A. Des exemples. A, se lever. French pronunciation taken from Berlitz Phrase Book and Dictionary. Les voyelles A, E, I, O, U et H, Y. La lettre E. E. When you see O and E combined together, it makes an E sound. Des exemples. La sœur, sister. Les mœurs, morals. Les œufs, eggs. When spelling a word out loud in French, you must pronounce each letter and the accent that may precede it. Exemples. Orange. O-R-A-N-G-E. What about this one? Can you figure it out? Pause and then play. École. E, accent aigu, C-O-L-E. The three sounds of E. There are three sounds of E depending upon the accent used or the naked E without an accent. E without an accent is E. E. With an accent aigu, A. A. And with an accent grave or a trema, E. E. Les consonnes. B, C, D, F, K, L, M, N, P, S, T, V, X, Z, otherwise known as B, C, D, F, K, L, M, N, P, S, T, V, X, Z, are pronounced as they are in English if they are at the beginning of a word. CH has a sh sound as in the English word shut. Chuchuto means to whisper. Chuchuto. Se sedia, the S sound as in sit. Garçon, not garçon. G has two sounds. And remember, G in French is J, and J in French is J. Remember, French came before English, so we're the ones that confused it. So J has two sounds. If the J is before an E, I, or Y, it is pronounced like the S in pleasure. Neige. If the G is before an A, O, U, it is pronounced like the G in go. Garçon. GN is pronounced like the Ni in onion. It's a Ny sound. Oignon, which is onion. H is always silent and is considered a vowel. The word happy in English, pronounced by a French speaker, sounds like happy. Hôtel. J, pronounced like the S in pleasure, the J sound. Jeannette. Qu is pronounced like the K in kill. Qui, because remember, QU is K and I is E, so K-E, qui. R is rolled in the back of the mouth, almost like gargling, but without sound. Let the air come through. Air, air. Rouge, rouge. W usually like the V in voice. Wagon, wagon. Les voyelles. A, A sound, sort of between the A in hat and the A in father. Chat, a cat. Chat. A, pronounced like A, is in the word late. Exemple, parler. Like the E in get. Exemple, fête. Notice that it's in circumflex, so what letter could you put in after that E? An S. Fest. What do you think a fest is, or fête? You're right if you said a party or a festival. E is sometimes the E sound, but it also can be an S sound. Exemple, beurre. Beurre, which is butter. I like E as in meat. Exemple, illusion. Illusion. Remember, I, if it's an E sound, then you have L. Il. Then U, you're going to learn, is an U sound. S, Z, makes a Z sound before the I. E, on. Illusion. O, generally like the O in hot, but sometimes like the OA in sore. Exemple, important. Important. U, like the U in do. Exemple, légumes. Légumes. Sounds spelled with two or more letters. A. All of those combination of letters are pronounced A. O. All of those letters are pronounced O. The nasals. Nasals are when a vowel is followed by N. The sound comes from the nose. So if you put your finger to the side of the bridge of your nose, you can get it to vibrate, you know you're making a nasal sound. Bertrand. En Europe. Intelligent. Pardon. Un citron. The letters you saw on the last slide change in sound if followed by an E. An, donkey. N, chêne, oak. In, blondine, a person's name. Un, trombone, a musical instrument. Une, lune, the moon. Écoutez et choisissez la lettre que vous entendez. Listen and choose the letter that you hear. Day, day, day. Air, air, air. V, V, V. K, K, K. Pay, pay, pay. X, X, X. J, J, J. Q, Q, Q. J, J, J. E, E, E. Bay, bay, bay. Y, Y, Y. Ash, ash, ash. U, U, U. S, S, S. E, E, E. W, W, W. Z, Z, Z. Say, say, say. O, O, O. F, F, F. L, L, L. M, M, M. Tay, tay, tay. Ah, ah, ah. N, N, N. How'd you do? Keep practicing. Chantez l'alphabet français. You will find the song on the last slide. Les langues apparentées, cognates. Cognates are words that have similar meaning and spelling in more than one language. Guess how many cognates are in French and English? Seriously, take a guess. Pause. There are more than 1,700 cognates between French and English. How many words do you need to know to be considered fluent in a language? Take a guess. Only 2,000. So you can do this. Let me prove it to you. It's time for a short dictée. Écoutez les lettres et écrivez le mot que vous entendez. Écoutez. Exemple. T, T-A-B-L-E. Vous écrivez T-A-B-L-E. So a dictée is a dictation. You're listening to the letters and you're writing the word that you hear. First word, numéro 1. S, U, P, E, R. One more time. S, U, P, E, R. Second word, numéro 2. C, O, O, L. Again. C, O, O, L. Number 3, numéro 3. P, E, R, S, O, N, N, E. One more time. P, E, R, S, O, N, N, E. Number 4, numéro 4. D, I, Y. N, A, M, I, Q, U, E. Again. D, Y, N, A, M, I, Q, U, E. Number 5, numéro 5. P, A, R, F, A, I, T. Again. P, A, R, F, A, I, T. Number 6, numéro 6. N, O, R, M, A, L. Again. N, O, R, M, A, L. Number 7, numéro 7. F, A, N, T, A, S, T, I, Q, U, E. Again. F, A, N, T, A, S, T, I, Q, U, E. Number 8, numéro 8. T, O, U, R. Again. T, O, U, R. Number 9, numéro 9. G, Y, M, N, A, S, T, I, Q, U, E. Again. G, Y, M, N, A, S, T, I, Q, U, E. Number 10, numéro 10. V, A, S, E. V, A, S, E. Now that you have the words, see if you can pronounce them too. Les réponses. How do you think you would say this word? Think about the letters. How do you pronounce them in French? Super, super. Cool, cool. Personne, personne. Dynamique, dynamique. parfait, parfait. Normal, normal. Fantastique, fantastique. Tour, tour. Gymnastique, gymnastique. Vase, vase. Merci. I hope you found this helpful. Voilà les sources. Merci, à bientôt.